Hello everybody, here we are, and let's simply get started from here on. As for the things that we are gonna be covering in this slide, there are actually many, and let's see how long they are gonna be taking to be covered. And most probably, I'll be live for around an hour. After that, just a sec. Hang on for a minute. Okay, yeah. So I was just simply saying that I will be live for an hour, and after that, I may be taking a break because I'm actually expected to get some calls after that. So yeah, I will be, and then after that, of course, I'll be back again and just simply covering the things. So hopefully tonight all the things are gonna be covered, and this way we are gonna be going through the things. First of all, let me check the status of the live, and quickly turn the chats off. This thing is done. Coming back to this one. Alrighty. So almost the configuration that's done. Let's talk about the things that we are gonna be covering here, because of course we need to have a list of the things that we need to go through, and after that we will go through them one by one, right? That would be the best thing. So the pending thing was already this serverless backend, Cloudflare, Hono, and with Prisma. So I was supposed to be using it with Prisma, so I'm gonna be working on this. Apart from this particular thing, the next thing that I have to focus on, that is the ESC. Forgot the full form of it, elastic container service, something like this. Having said that, don't worry, this part is related to AWS. So what is the use of ECS? It is mainly used for running the container. So either you deploy your container directly in an EC2 machine, or this is the service just for this service is just for made for so this service is just made for containers. So if you have container and if you want to deploy that, ECS is gonna be the best option over there. How we configure it and all, we will be talking about that. So ultimately, when you want to deploy your container, create a container, kind of update a container, delete a container and all, at that time this ECS service is used, and this is provided by AWS itself. And the thing is that if you don't want to depend on AWS, then there is something called Kubernetes. So this does the same thing. It is used for managing the containers. So you will be just simply creating the images and running the containers. So we will be exploring this as well. So knowing the basics and all. So Kubernetes basics. So we are gonna be going through this. Kubernetes is something that I'm still learning. ECS, I went through the process, so hopefully we will be able to go through each and every step. Serverless backend, this is gonna be simple to-do application. Look, usually what happens, things take lots of time, so the main focus is gonna be on creating a proper backend that does the job. So ultimately, I'm gonna be creating a to-do app backend. The main goal is being able to use the Cloudflare, Hono, and Prisma together. Ultimately, Hono and Prisma together. If we succeed doing that, then that's it. Next time onwards, whichever project I will build, I will be using most probably Cloudflare over there. But for now, let's simply get it done really quick. This is just gonna be for learning purpose, and then we will be moving it to this one. So okay, this is how it's gonna be going on. So the first thing that I have to do, let me search Cloudflare here. Not even let's do that, Cloudflare. This one. And apart from this particular thing, reload it. What is the problem? Why doesn't it work by default? Configure enable by default, that's already on if I'm not wrong. Yeah, enable by default. Detect dark theme, that's fine. And yeah, this should be working. By the way, let's continue. So start for free, and right now there are many applications that I have deployed so far, so I'm just simply gonna be going to compute and workers and pages. And just a sec, give me a moment. Alrighty then, let's go on from here on. And these are the applications that are already deployed, but here we are gonna be working on a to-do application that will be based on Hono. So let me search Hono here as well. Again, Hono is a framework that is built on top of Cloudflare. So whatever we build right on Hono, that is ultimately converted into Cloudflare code. So I mean, we don't really need to worry about that. Let's simply create it and see what all we get here. Having said that, we have already gone through the basic process of it, like exactly how many options we get here the last time when I was live. So at that time I explored all these things quite well. This time let's simply create a to-do backend really quick. Again, I could have created a big project as well, but right now the main goal is not about creating a big project, rather the goal is just simply being able to set up everything correctly, and after that whenever the right time is I will be just simply working on this. Okay, so this is how things are gonna be going ahead. As for right now, ls this is the command one create hono @ latest. Let's simply run it. This is actually gonna be the current directory. I'm gonna be using Cloudflare workers with white, Cloudflare workers or Next.js. Let's use Next.js over here. So in Next.js, what will happen? We will already have we will get the option for the front end as well as the back end. So this way we will be able to get quite good stuff done here. Directory is not able to continue. Directory is not able to. Continue. Do you want to install project dependencies? Yes. I'm gonna be using one, and let's see what I'm gonna be getting here. So ultimately these are the things that I'm getting. Apart from this particular thing, API route we are already getting here, and in this particular route we have this proper Hono server. Having said that, if I wanted, I could have created normal Next.js server as well, because Next.js provides server from its own side, so we don't really need to worry about writing the server code and all. But this time I'm gonna be writing this server code too, so that I ultimately learn how to use Hono. The main goal is about how to create Hono server, how to write the code for that, and how to integrate Prisma with that. So that is why I'm gonna be going with this. As for Next.js, if you have ever used Next.js, so you must know that you can even write the backend code here as well. You can directly talk to the database. Few things, this is deprecated if I'm not wrong. So not deprecated yet, but it will stop working after some time. This is also deprecated, will be deprecated after some time. So let's simply remove all these things, and hopefully now I'm not gonna be getting the errors. And this is it. We have our normal server, and what we are gonna do here, we'll be creating proper things. So let's see how it's gonna be going on. So app hono base path / API. So whichever request we'll get, so the base path is always gonna be this one. Let me make it this /API /v1 and something like this. So that is also done, and then we can just simply go ahead with this, and overall things are gonna be fine. Let's see whether it runs or not. ls. Of course I have to go to do. Oh, I'm already inside that. Let's not worry about that. Then the next one is gonna be one dev. If I run this, it should start running, and once it starts running, this is the main Next.js page that I will be getting. But again, the main focus is not on the Next.js part. Let's wait for a while. Of course we are gonna be getting the result here. Well, we will not. Why? Because I have changed this path over here. That simply means I need to go to pages dot over here, and I have to make it v1 just like this, and hopefully now I'm gonna be getting the result. And this is the simple server hello hono. I mean, this is a simple UI we have. Why does it not work? Okay, this works now. So right now the main focus is not gonna be on the front end part, rather the focus is gonna be on the back end one. So slash and hello. So here we should be getting the result, and we are getting the result. What is the next thing? The next thing is that we have to create proper backend for this thing, ultimately for to do app. And as I'm getting the things right here, so inside route I'm gonna be getting all the routes. So how about, as I'm gonna be getting them here, so inside the route only I'm gonna be creating some routes just like this, and inside route only, I'm not sure whether this is the right way or not, but because I want to structure the code a bit better, controller, so hopefully this is gonna be right. Okay, this is again my first time working with this Hono stuff, so I have to just simply go through some of the things as well. Hopefully it is express like thing, concepts, motivation, blah blah blah. Let's not worry about this. Getting started, configuration, deno, fastify, versal, and all. Next.js is something that we are using over here. So once using this, so hello world, if you use app router, edit API, router, refer to this supported HTTP section for more options. and then if you want to run this, then do that. npm install Hono node server pages. If you use the pages router, you will need to install node.js adapter. Okay, that's fine. And this is how it's going to be mainly configured here. Okay, config page config API body parser false and okay, and it gets over. So let's simply go to API section. Inside app we get the app like this, and when it comes to methods, so we have HTTP methods all on use route. We do have route here, so app.router, that simply means it's gonna be like working just like express. So we can use app.route, we can use app.base path, it will be deciding the base path. App.not found, and the handler is going to be there. App.on error, app.on mount, app.fire, fetch and request. So there are gonna be many things. And app.not found, so all allows you to customize a not found response. So app.not found this, so c.tsx and something like this. If something is not found, then you are going to be returning this, something like this. The not found method is only called from the top level app. For more information, see this app.on error. If both apparent and app and its route have on error handler, the route level handler get priority. So we can, yeah, that's right, app and route level. And apart from this particular thing, fire, app.fire is deprecated, use fire from Hono service worker instead. See this, app.fire automatically adds global fetch event listener. So add event listener fetch event fetch like void event response with this blah blah blah. App.fire executes the following for you. So ultimately what it does, app.fire, and it will be fetching. Need to know more about it. There is something called fetch, so app.fetch will be entry point for your application. That's right. For Cloudflare workers, you can use the following. So in Cloudflare worker, you do something like this. In Hono, you just simply write app.fire, app.fetch. Similarly, maybe in Cloudflare worker, you write something like this. Here you can just simply write app.fire and it will do the job. Okay, export default blah 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 request. So if you want to make any request is a useful method for testing. You can pass URL or path name to send a get request. App will return response. So test get okay, this is mainly for the text option. How about other things? That's actually, I don't think any course on Udemy is available on this. We can even use the bindings and all, and this is how it ends. Let's talk about this routing stuff. So app.getPost, this is how we can just simply have the methods. While called app.on, okay, this is fine. Then app.get optional parameter, app.getPost, oh, it's quite a lot. Let's not worry about that. Just wanted to look for the options exactly how it works. So app, then .get, .post, .delete. It works this way as well, and that's right, chain route, fine. Grouping them, so book new Hono, so ultimately router will be created. So book get this new Hono, and inside app.route, so ultimately I'm gonna be creating a router, and once it is just like Express if I'm not wrong. So the thing that you have to do, you have to just simply create a router. So this is not just like a router, I'm just simply exporting it inside Hono. I'm using it like this, app.router / book, and this grouping without chaining, so this works as well. Interesting, that's what I actually wanted at the end of the day. Basic path API, this routing with host names. So get path request.url replace this, okay, forget about that. Routing with host header value, we can even dive deeper into it, but okay, overall it does work like Express, so we will not have to worry about a lot of things here. We can follow the same process path, way here as well. Context, let's see what all this context returns. So when it comes to context, we have request, so context.request.header, we can get the status. So context.status, we can set the status. we can set the header, we can set the we can send the body, text, JSON, HTML, not found. So c dot not found, and whenever I call this, that particular method will be called. Okay, app dot not found. Okay, got it. Redirect, I'm gonna be redirecting as well. Response, c dot response setter append, I can just simply use this. Setters and getters, what they'll be doing, they will be just simply adding some stuff. So if this is a middleware, so set message Hono cool, and I will be able to c dot get message, I will be get the message as well. Well, it's just like setting some things. In Express we set the values in the request, here we are just simply setting the values to the context, nothing else. Okay, where, so what is this where stuff? Okay, variables. For variables we need to define them like this. Okay, we can directly define the variables here, render and set render. So this is mainly used when you actually want to render something. This is gonna be the overall basic middleware that enables rendering stuff. Execution context, c dot execution context wait until something like this. Okay, event, when it comes to event, so c dot env dot put dot key. Okay, fine. Environment variables, we can just simply have them like this. Either is gonna be app dot use, and if c dot error, then do something if there is any error, right? Okay, fine. Context variable in map. Okay, declare module Hono interface context variable, result is gonna be string. If I actually want to save something inside context, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, so context dot set result will have this value, so you will have to define it here. That's fine. Overall we are going in the right direction. This is rather pretty simple. I didn't expect it to be like this, but okay, such a good thing this is. Then how you are gonna be getting parameters and all. So for getting the parameters, c dot request dot params dot id, so this way you can get it. Then query parameters, so more or less the same. Queries, if you want to get more than one queries. Text, it is c dot request dot query. So if you are adding tags again and again, in this way you will be getting those queries. And as for the normal queries, they are gonna be like this. So let me go through it from the beginning. c dot request dot id, this is nothing but this particular id I will be getting here, and then id, comment id, I'm gonna be getting them like this. Fine. Coming back to query, query parameters, so this is how it's gonna be accessible here, and query will be giving me query, apart from it limit and offset if needed. What are they? I have no idea, but okay, I will be just knowing more about them. C dot if there are more text, that's fine. Header, how do we get the header? So request dot header user ident, that's fine. And request dot header is called with no arguments. All keys in the header record are lowercase. Return record lowercase. Okay, so header for expo, that's gonna be wrong. C request dot header expo box. So whatever is returned from here, that is actually in the lowercase. So either keep everything in capital letters, and will not work. So if you want to get the value of a header with an uppercase name, c dot request dot header ex, just like this. When is called with no arguments, all keys in the returned record are lowercase. Okay, so if you wanna get them using this, so you will have to use lowercase there. Parse body, c dot request dot parse body. Parse body, will this be parsing the body? Parse request body, or body of multi-part form data or application, this. So whenever you get the data in the, ultimately whenever you send the files or you send the data from the form, at that time you have to just simply parse it. If you're directly getting the JSON, you don't need to do that. That's interesting stuff. Apart from this particular thing, multiple files, parse body, you will be getting them. How about the next things? Multiple files, fields with the same name. All option is disabled by default. I will be knowing more about it. Dot notation, so you can just simply get the data using dot notation. JSON is, that is in the JSON format. Text, request dot text, parses the request body text plain. So if you are sending something in the text format, which if you are sending something in the JSON format, if you are sending something in array buffer format, that's great. Blob, if you are sending some blob type data, then c.request.form data passes the request as a form data. Okay, valid form, get the validated data. So request.valid.form, available targets are below: form, JSON query, header, cookie, param, route path. So just like this, find path, match the routes, logger. This is the logger, isn't it? So app.use async logger this and await next. The request will go forward, and then c.request.match for each handler method path. Well, what it does, I have no idea. I don't even have time to go through that app right now. Path, this path name request.path. So ultimately whatever the path is, you can get the here. That's great. About me, the request URL string. So this is how you can just simply get the whole URL. Method, you can get the method. Raw request.raw, the raw request object you can get. Clone the raw request object. So once you got the validator JSON data / forward validator JSON data, ultimately that's gonna be validated or something. And lastly, I'm just simply cloning that. So this is done. Exception, how do we throw the exception? So for throwing the exception, HTTP exception, that's gonna be coming from Hono HTTP exception, and this is how we can just simply send the message. We can create our custom ones as well. So new response unauthorized, and whatever we provide here, that's gonna be the error. So these headers, authenticate error invalid token, and throw new HTTP exception 401. Response is gonna be the response. So this is the response that we have. We can create our own. That's okay, got it. Causes / login await authorize, throw new HTTP exception. Interesting. Handling HTTP exceptions. So at the end we will be handling them. So app.on error. So whenever I get the this, so at that time error instance of HTTP exception this, otherwise return error.get response. Error.get response, get the custom responses if you want to handle it on my own. So whenever I you can handle uncaught HTTP exceptions with app.on error. They include a get response method that returns new response created from the error status, and either the error message or the custom response set when the error was thrown. HTTP exception get response is not aware of context to include headers. Already set context, you must apply to a new response. Presets, import Hono from Hono, smart routers. This alrighty, ultimately we've gone through everything. Right now, is there something more? Create Hono. Middleware, app.use logger, app.use / posts and calls, app.post this basic auth, app.use this blah blah blah. Okay, if we get stuck, we'll be coming back to this and knowing more about it. Overall things are clear. Helpers, what are they? /cookie JSX, if you want to use JSX client components. Ultimately, if you want to work with the front end stuff testing, I don't know this thing well at least, so we'll not be digging deeper into it right now. Validation, validator, Hono validator. So wow, Hono validator will be used for validating this stuff. So form value this, it's just simply gonna be validating. Let's not worry about that. We can use some other validators as well, like Zod and Joy, and I will be knowing more about it. RPC, the RPC feature allows the sharing of the API specifications between the server and the client. Let's not worry about the best practices. Don't make controllers when possible. I was just about to do that in my application. When possible, you should not create a Ruby on Rails like controllers. Book list, C context, return JSON, raw like controller. So the issue is related to types. So for example, the path parameter cannot be inferred in the controller without the complex generics. Therefore, you don't need to create a raw like controllers and should write the handlers directly after path definitions. So after path definitions, I have to directly write them. Can infer the path params. So it is just simply saying that this book list. So ultimately, what you are doing, you are creating the controller and then getting this stuff done. Book param link and all. Ultimately, you are doing the same thing here. So the better way, do it directly. Factory create handlers in Hono factory. If you still want to create raw like controllers, use factory create handlers in Hono factory. If you use this, type inference will work correctly. So middleware factory create middleware, did this handlers, building large applications. So import Hono, this way just handle the routing stuff. After that, authors.ts. So use app router to build large applications without creating Ruby on Rails like controllers. If your application has /authors and /books endpoints and you wish to separate files index.ts and authors.ts and books.ts, authors.ts from the Hono, you will be getting Hono app /this list authors, create authors and ID, then books.ts. So from Hono you are gonna be getting this. So authors.ts is different, books.ts is different, and I'm likely gonna be getting this. So app did this and exporting it from here, then import them, mount to the /authors and books. So inside this I'm gonna be just a minute, give me a second. Alrighty, then coming back to this, this is a good way, like we can just simply go with this and we have to just handle everything there and there. It's gonna be quite bulky, we don't really have any other option. We can create routes, yeah, we can create routes over routes. Okay, that's great, that's also possible, we can get it done. So that's it. Apart from this particular thing, app.hono, come on, I just lost the track. If you want to use RPC features, then app Hono, then get this. If you pass the type app to HC, it will get the correct type. So authors.ts export type of app. So here I'm doing nothing but just simply directly using the methods. Miscellaneous, frequently asked questions. Alrighty everybody, get ready now. Hopefully we've gone through everything. Helpers, what are they? Except WebSocket. WebSocket, it supports WebSocket. Let's not worry about WebSocket right now. I will be going through it later. Overall, this is the section that is remaining, but we'd better just simply work on the project for now, and then later I will be just simply going through these things. Okay, there are 3 more things are remaining, but until unless we have worked with some projects, it's not gonna be the best way to just simply go through the stuff. So yeah, time to just make a to-do application. That is just gonna be for the learning purpose and all. Later we might be building some more applications and all. Coming back to this one, what is the problem? Node. Get rid of this, and hopefully I will not get the errors. Coming back to this, I will not be using controllers, and apart from this particular thing, let me delete both from here actually. Mainly I'm gonna be creating to-dos, right? So inside this I will just create a to-do folder, so to-do just like this, and I already have the route here. So what I'm gonna be doing, app Hono base path this. Apart from this particular thing, app dot route, just like this, slash to do's, and what to do's. So let me create another file here, and that's gonna be to-do.ts, to-do.ts. What should I name it? Let's name it to-do.ts or to-do.ts, doesn't really matter. To-do.ts, and here I'm gonna be importing Hono again. So import Hono from Hono. So I'm gonna be doing the same thing. Import Hono from Hono. Once I have that, const app is gonna be equals to new Hono, just like this. And once I have that, suppose default app. This should not be problematic. Having said that, I can even name it to do here directly. It doesn't really matter. Name it whatever you want to name. I've seen this named like this, so that is why I'm naming it. And I will get the to do here. By the way, this to do is gonna be coming from to do. This is done. I don't really need this, so let's get rid of this. So this is how it's gonna be going on. Just one simple stuff I will have, and coming back to this one, what all I will have? To do dot getter. First of all, I'm gonna be getting all the to do's over here. So const return response, no response, const text JSON message get all to do's. What is the problem? No problem as such. So this is the one way, but the thing is that even in this way, it's gonna be a lot. Okay, later I will figure out the way to even make it smaller, like even create small components and write the code. For now, let's continue. Probably we need we can create the controllers, and hopefully controller section should work, but I'm not sure about this thing. So I will be digging deeper into that. Post, I'm gonna be creating the to-dos, context return c.json message creating to-dos. So this thing is also done. So we will get the to-dos, we will create the to-dos, we will delete them. So to-do dot delete slash id context return c.json message deleting the to-do, just like this. One more I will have where we will update it. So to-do dot put slash id, and it will not be quite a big application. Even our main focus is not that. The main focus is learning how it's going to be used and all. So updating, that's what I'm gonna be focusing on, updating to routes. So this is how we are gonna be going ahead, and overall we have 4 routes and they are gonna be doing their job. Interesting. What else? Now the next thing is that checking whether it actually works or not. So for checking purpose, you can just simply run it. By the way, it's already running, so I can just simply open Postman and check all these routes that I have over here. Simple. Let's see whether it's gonna be working or not. So once I'm here, what I'll do, what is the port that it's using? It's using 3000 port. So let me come here, HTTP localhost port number 3000 slash API slash v1 slash to-do's. Let me make a GET request to this and see whether I get the. So get all the to-do's. Post. Well, this post does not work. To-do.post. Literally, why? 405 not allowed. 405 method not allowed. Method is not allowed. How about put id? Put with an id. Method not allowed. So ultimately it's not gonna be working even if I try to delete it. Method not allowed. Interesting. How do we allow the methods here? Let's explore. Nothing here. uh, Most probably wrangler.json. Do I have that file here? I don't even wrangler.json here. I'm using Hono, ain't I? Packet.json. Hono is being used here. And how would if I want to deploy it? Oh no way. Literally. Oh, this is just normal Hono app, nothing else. It is not based on Wrangler. This is insane, yaar. That simply means run, deploy. It's not gonna work. Oh, why am I writing the code on this then? I thought it would be deployed directly, but it's not going to be. Then it is simple. It is just normal Next.js app on using Hono, nothing else. Such a terrible mistake I did. Never mind. Okay, let's exit this. I mean, I thought it was based on what? It was based on Wrangler, Cloudflare, but not like that. Even Wrangler is not here. So how are we gonna be deploying this stuff? Okay, one thing one error that I've been getting here, that is methods are not allowed. So for that thing, how do I allow the methods here? Methods allow methods. So allow method string this. Course Hono. Is this going to be enough? Course should be called before the route. That's right. And allowed methods. Let me add the course policy here. So app.use. Even then I have route. Never mind. App.use. What else? Slash course. I don't really have it here. That simply means I will have to download this. As I'm already inside the application, so why not just go a little further? Bun add course. Done. Let me at least get this thing done. Course is not here. Interesting, not getting one add type slash course slash w dependencies. Import it. Why am I not getting the option to just import the course? Okay, turns out I'm gonna be getting course like this. Will it not work? How about this? It works. Okay, turns out module course has no imported course. Interesting. It's not gonna be working. Course middleware Hono. I'm already inside. Oh, it should be coming from Hono course. Sorry. Why did I install this? So bun remove course and bun remove type slash course. How can I forget that normal normal packages, or most probably they are not gonna be working for this. I will have to use a few things from Hono itself. So this way it is gonna be working. And now I have to configure the things. When configuring the stuff here, origin, forget about the origin, let's allow all the origins. So origin is gonna be all, and apart from this particular thing, allowed methods, right? Allowed headers. Content type and authorization, their exposure, content length, hopefully authorization, hopefully it's right, but okay, let's see. Mostly yeah, they should be right, why not. And I am gonna be exposing some methods to get post, allowing actually put, probably patch as well, and delete. That's it, should be enough. And credentials, they are gonna be true. Message, what does this message do here? Don't know. 660 multiplied by 60, what does this do here? Use of max age in course. Usually we don't get here in Hono. The Hono course middleware max age is the optional configuration property used to set access control max age. It defines the maximum amount of time in seconds that a browser should cache the result of course pre-flight request. The initial options request. By caching the results, the browser can avoid making additional pre-flight requests of subsequent calls to the same endpoint, which reduces latency and all. That's okay. Pre-flight results are cached for 600 seconds, ultimately 10 minutes. Got it. Fine with this. So ultimately this is what I've done. So this time I should not be facing the issue. Probably. Not running. One dev. Send the request. And not allowed. Literally not allowed. Why? What have I done? Arey bro, I removed you from here, didn't I? I did a while back. And why is this not allowed? I think we'll have to allow methods somehow. I'm already allowing it here. Going back to this post is not allowed, such a bad thing. So Hono, look for methods. Method override middleware concepts overridden import uses. So app Hono, if no options are specified, the value of method in the form delete is used as a method. So app.use / post method override. So method is gonna be overridden. The application method override, Hono override. What does this mean? App.use / post method override app. We can override the methods. That's even not a problem. API routing app. Routing router option. New Hono app. Router is gonna be regexp router. The router options specify which router to use. The default router is small router. If you want to use this, pass it the value. Strict mode mount. Request fetch fire error handling methods. An instance of Hono has the following methods. Okay. The first part of them is used for routing. Please refer to this routing section. App.request fetch all these things. Let me go here. So this is the routing section. Routing of Hono is flexible and intuitive. Let's have a look. The question is, how can I allow this? Chaining grouping base path. Base path is already there. routing. Time to directly search for it. Method not allowed in Hono. If path exists but method is not allowed, Hono should. We can write something like this: app.get and all and method not allowed for hang. If path exists but method is not allowed, Hono should respond with this. How to allow methods in Hono? How to allow methods in Hono? Course behavior. In Hono, allowing methods typically refers to the defining which HTTP methods route handles configuration sharing course to permit. To allow HTTP methods for a specific route, use the following single method app.get path name header and how all methods app.all / path handler. Shouldn't we use that route here? Routing app.route. I am using app.route. It should work. The requests are there as well. This stuff base path, but it's still home route, then this base path doesn't really make any difference. Okay, so what can I do now? The next thing that I can do, I don't know. I'm facing the issues with the methods. Crazy job. Okay, hang on. How about this directly? I'm facing the issue here. How about directly here? Not here, actually here. And if I just say app.get / users message, this copy paste post come back here, and this time the request should go to what? API v1 users. The request should be post, send the request. Arey bhai, method not allowed. Get method allowed. Post method not allowed. How do we allow it, yaar? How do we allow the methods? Oh no, method allowed. Codes middleware, if path exists, Hono rejection integration, Hono request. Lag gayi. So first of all, javascript.on, put a delete post.id this. app.all / and handler. Let's go with this app.all. Hey Bhagwan. Okay, interesting. App.all. That is definitely gonna be in the routing section. App.all. Hello, did this. Purge cache. Why doesn't it work directly? Am I missing something? Let me do one more thing. Like this is actually inside what? Inside Next.js. I'm gonna be initializing one more, and that would be using just what all am I using here? These many things, right? So bun create Hono @latest, and this time I'm gonna be okay, and this should be my to do AWS lambda blood bun, not blood, Cloudflare workers plus white. If I use white over here, that's not gonna be the best option. If I'm going with the Cloudflare workers, so it will be just simply providing me the backend part. It won't be providing me the front end one, but I can directly work with the front end as well. So I can enable the front end option. I can do that. This should be enough. And apart from this particular thing, that I Node.js and all these things I have. Cloudflare pages, it will just give me the front end, if I'm not wrong. Pages just directly gives me that only. So let me go with the Cloudflare workers this time, because apart from this particular thing, I don't really think anything is useful here. Yeah, so Cloudflare workers, yes, one, and hopefully things are gonna be resolved. CD my to do app code, open this. I'm gonna be closing this. Let's see the same thing here. By the way, this is gonna be this is using Cloudflare. Why? Because there is Wrangler.json, and because of this I will be able to upload it directly. That's what I wanted. And that the first thing that I got from Hono side, that was mainly for Next.js, crazy stuff. Everything got over. I mean, even methods were not allowed. But okay, let's see. We will be even checking that thing out. But overall, this is how we are gonna be going ahead. Everything is fine right now. Close this. Inside source, I have index.ts, exactly the same stuff. But here I will be trying to do one thing. I have plot. First of all, check it. Post slash. Post get one dev. There is no base path. Let me give it the base path slash API slash v1, just like this. They are gonna be to-dos. Simple. Come back here, post, send the request. What is the port number? 8787, right? Finally it is allowed. I don't know what was wrong with the earlier one, but it's better to just simply go with this one. The main goal is to just simply work with the Wrangler, ultimately Cloudflare, Hono and Prisma. So that's really good stuff. So it is working here. So what I'll be doing quickly, app.route slash to-dos and to-dos. But I will be getting them. So let me remove this particular part from here, and inside this I'll have to-dos. Inside to-dos I'll have to-do.ts. Inside this import Hono from Hono. Const to-dos is gonna be equal to new Hono, just like this. Export default to-dos. I can even name it to-dos, that doesn't really matter. Or let me just keep it here at the top level, and the name itself will be not to-do, rather to-dos, whichever suits me better. And once I have this, if we have many routes, then we have to worry about creating folders and all. Right now this is fine. Coming back to this one, I will be just simply importing it here. This thing is done, and apart from this particular thing, nothing else. Come back here. I wish I could copy paste, but that's gonna be too much. To-dos dot get slash for creating, so c dot return c dot json message get to-dos 1 2 3 4 5, just like this. This one should be post quickly. This one should be put. This one should be delete. This one should be nothing. Get, post, put, delete. That is it. When I'm deleting, I need the ID as well. So just like this, I'm gonna be having the ID. Let's check this thing out whether it works or not. So coming back to this, v1 to do's. Let's see. So get to do's, post to do's, and put to do's, delete to do's. So this is how it's gonna be going on. Coming back to this one, send, post to do's, get to do's, not found, /1, put to do's, delete to do's. So ultimately routes are working fine. What is the next thing? The next thing is to create a client. So here we will need to use accelerator. Yeah, Prisma accelerator. Things cannot be done directly. Interesting. In that case, I'm gonna be creating another file that would be db.ts, and that will be handling that part. And in this case, what all do I need to do? Prisma.io, create database. Let me turn on reload. I'm in this mode, dark mode. And once I'm here, then the next thing is that these are the two apps that I have. Let me go to the dashboard page. And both the apps are not needed right now, so I will be removing them from here. Can't I go to the dashboard page? Literally, I'm already on the dashboard page, isn't it? Okay, let me click on this. These are the two apps that I have, and what I'll do here, first of all, I'll remove them. Settings, delete the database, copy, paste, and delete. So this particular thing is done. Apart from this particular thing, I have one more, and that is let's stop. I'm gonna be deleting this as well. Delete, restart. I need to restart before deleting. Interesting. Reload the page. I can't even delete it. You cannot delete the default environment. Literally, okay, fine. How about the another one? New database. Let me create a new one, and from here I'm going to create a normal database like this one. This is gonna be to-do app, and apart from this particular thing, Prisma Postgres Accelerate, I will be creating this one. And okay, create the database. Okay, once I have this database, I'm gonna be clicking on this. Right now Prisma Accelerate is not allowed, like enabled, so it looks like this. If I enable this, then it looks like this. Prisma client, query your database. I'll have to use Prisma client over here. Prisma Postgres SQL, by default it looks like this: Postgres blah blah, and then Prisma plus Postgres Accelerate. Yeah, there is a difference. So first of all, let's copy this at least, because I wanna push the data here. And to use this, it doesn't require that. So first of all, I need to push the data, so I need this, and later I will have to switch to Accelerate. Hopefully this is how it's gonna be working. Enabled, that is already enabled. Accelerate, we don't need to enable it. Fine. Coming back to this, so what we are gonna be doing here, I am facing the network issue. Hopefully everything is fine. Hello, hello, hello. Am I audible? Can you hear me? Yeah. So it turns out to be fine. Coming back to this one. So what I was doing here, I even need to get the URL of the Prisma accelerator. So let's simply copy it and paste it here. Just a minute, let me close the door, otherwise the noise is gonna be coming here. Alrighty, coming back. So I was going through this. So we have we have two database URLs. One is the main Postgres database URL that will be used for pushing and all. Another one is a normal actually accelerate the database URL that will be used for using accelerate for making the clients and all. Fine. And once done with this, so the next thing is that Prisma client query database with accelerate. Anyhow, if I just turn off this, then it changes as well. So interesting stuff. Connection query PG adapter, we don't really need this, but if this is turned on, so we definitely need that. So first of all, I have to download few things. So how can I download them? Oh, there's no download option. Let me go here now. I wish I had here, but Prisma with accelerate. Prisma accelerate. Click on this. Getting started. So these are the things that we have to install. @Prisma client, @latest, and this. So these two need to be installed anyhow. Prisma client and this, and then it should be fine. Let me check out this as well. Prisma.io docs and quick start. Postgres SQL. What all do I need to install? I need to install so I need to install Prisma, I need to install Prisma client, and I need to install PG adapter. So these are the things that I need to install ultimately, because just installing that much will not be enough. So what am I getting here? So get started with the accelerator, you will need the Prisma data platform, blah, 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 enable accelerator, add this to ultimately I need to install these things. So let me copy and paste them here and see whether it works or not. Stop everything, Control Shift V, bun add literally this mosquito does have some courage. Bun add @Prisma client, @latest Prisma extension accelerate. Let's simply import this. Fine, should be working. Okay, once this is done, so how about bun next Prisma init. What's gonna happen? Interesting, we got the Prisma as well. Never expected it would work seamlessly. Okay, so Prisma this source generated Prisma. What do you want here? Do you want to use the client directly, or you want to? Okay, let's go through the documentation exactly what's been mentioned here. So this thing is done. Database I have, database URL I have, directly database URL, user password, and then database URL express. Okay, fine. So I will have two types of database URLs here. That's really good stuff to have. So inside environment variable, this one is gonna be direct database URL. That simply means I need to come here inside Prisma config. Direct database URL. I need to install .env. Let's see. So coming back to this, let's read through it. Learn to get started with the accelerator. You will need the following: a Prisma data platform account, A project that uses Prisma client, this hire blah blah blah, a hosted PostgreSQL, this enable accelerate, navigate to your Prisma data platform, choose environment, enable accelerate providing by the database URL and all, accelerate to your application, you update your database string. So ultimately database URL you had replace your direct database URL with the accelerate. Prisma client, Prisma migrate introspects the do not work with the Prisma connection string in order to continue with these features, and a new variable to .env direct database URL, and it will be working. Okay, that's fine. So with this the migration does not work, so you will have to use the direct database URL, and then point Prisma config.ts to that particular direct database URL. Have we done that? Yes, we've done that. And then we even need to have .env over here migrations. Okay, let's do one thing. Bun add .env, hopefully should be resolving the issue. Okay, that's gone, but I need to have Prisma. So bun add Prisma. Done. This error isn't gone yet. Okay, gone. What is the issue? Process. So add a node to the fields type. Cannot find the name process. Do you need to install the definitions? We have already done that. And then add a node to the types field in your TS config. So inside my TS config types, I don't have a so. Can't really have it here. Let's try to do the same thing here. Types. Node. Just like this. Oh, should be working fine. So this is done, bro. Gone. Either you are supposed to be going away, but you are not going away. Here. Node to the types field in your TS configure. I've done that, yeah. Prisma and .env I have installed both, and because of this thing I'm getting the error. Interesting. The thing is that I am actually using what? I'm not using bun. If I were, I would be doing it. Here I'm actually using Hono or Cloudflare to be precise. In that case, this environment variable, let's see. I hope I have that project if I haven't deleted it. Hono to do app. Okay. How about enabling it? I'm still getting this here. Let's fix it. bro, I'm gonna be taking the help of AI over here because I have no idea exactly why I'm getting this error as such. So tring, tring. So AI should be able to get the idea exactly why I'm getting the error because everything is mentioned here. So let me take the full screen shot. Done. Then I'll be taking the help of AI here. I don't know whether okay, probably it will be able to help me. Otherwise, I was supposed to be using Gemini. How to resolve this error? There is a alrighty then, welcome back. So we were just simply going through Hono, and of course I had to just simply take a leave for a few minutes. Got a call, so because of that thing I had to be away. Coming back to this one, process.env does not exist. Why this happens? Process node just is a feature. Cloudflare work-authorized runtimes are different from environment. Subsystem shows a process here undefined. Solution env dot not process.env, but Prisma config doesn't directly support env. So instead use .env only for local Wrangler secrets production. Option 2, import .env config. Not process.env. So if I just simply remove this, will it work? It won't. So in that case, use bindings instead of process.env. env dot database URL and probably directed database URL, but still it's not gonna be working. .env correctly for local dev, since you already wrote import .env. So direct database URL, your DB URL, npm install @node type, add this to the configuration types node. This will fix the TypeScript error. Important because you are using a Wrangler Edge worker environment. Best practice: avoid process.env. Use Wrangler secrets or pass environment manually. So clean fix recommended. If this is a Cloudflare Prisma setup, do this. URL is going to be process.env dot direct URL as string and install Node.js types. Okay, let's go ahead like this. Probably it's gonna work fine. So what I actually need to do is to install the types for Node.js. So one add @type / Node.js node actually, and hopefully it's gonna be resolving that. And does it resolve this or not? Apart from this particular thing, maybe over here I have to mention the type as well. So types node. Okay, this resolves this issue. So whatever issue I've been facing here, I've gotten rid of that. What is the next thing? The next thing is that I have to use migration will happen successfully. Apart from this particular thing, I need to have some to-dos here. So to-dos model to-do, just like this. ID 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 is gonna be string format id default UUID, and to title I have title is gonna be nothing but a string, and I have the ID, I have the title completed, that's gonna be boolean, and ID is there, title is there, completed is there. What else? Ultimately, for now, this is the only thing that I need to have. Later I think of something else. Okay, probably I can have one more thing description, but that doesn't really matter much. Apart from this particular thing, whenever I generate the client, that should be generated there. So instead of using this, I will be using edge. So let me remove it. What is the next thing that I need to do? Coming back to this. So this thing I have done here. Install accelerate Prisma client extension, that's already done. like this. Apart from this particular thing, Bunex bun Prisma generate, it will be generating it using bun. So Prisma generate no engine, I have to do this much. So let me, when using Prisma accelerate in long running application servers, so at that time generate Prisma. So you you can generate the Prisma client by executing the command. When using Prisma accelerate in serverless on edge, we recommend using this. So let me copy it and paste it here. So Bunex, it's been generated. No, it hasn't been generated. So ultimately no engine is not supported here. I have removed one thing from here, and that is the path. The path is still there. If I write now, what will happen? Again getting this error. That simply means no engine flag, blah 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 blah. That simply means it's not gonna be working. So if your Prisma is below this, use this data proxy. Accelerate URL. I don't know whether this engine stuff. So Prisma generate, I don't really have that no engine here now anymore. So it's better to just simply remove this and simply generate it like this, and let's see what's gonna happen. If I do it, I have this generated option here, and again I can get the client from here. I can specify the path. I need to get it from edge. That simply means I don't need this client. So let me remove the output from here, and once that's been removed, I can run it again. Okay, so what can I do now? It is actually asking for, let me make it JS. Yeah, this works, great. And once this is done, apart from this particular thing, let's simply close this from here and come back to jb.ts, and over here I have to just write the whole code. So let me copy the whole thing. Again, Prisma client, Prisma accelerate, extend your Prisma client with this, add the following to extend your existing Prisma instance with accelerate extension. If you are going to deploy edge running applications, then get it from edge. So let me copy it and paste it here. From edge I am getting this process.env database URL. Will it work? Can I get the process.environment variable just like this? Accelerate URL, database URL. Let's see. I hope I can export it from here directly. But even I have to check this to CLG process.env.database URL. Gonna be checking whether I get this or not. Prisma dot that's it, no need to even do it. This one should be fine. And if I run bundle, try to access some pages. In one direct database URL hidden. Let me try to use Prisma directly over here. Even before that, I will have to run Bunex bun Prisma migrate dev. Hopefully this is how it's migrated. Package.json type module that is already set. Okay, I already know this command, so let's simply run this. Not really getting. Oh, data source URL property is required. Prisma migrated. Prisma schema loaded from this data source.url is required in your Prisma config when using Prisma migrate dev. Data source URL. How about like this? No way. I think this is not used. Argument provider is missing on the data source block DB. Provider is missing. If I actually want to use DB, counter to use that. If I actually want to use URL, nope, this is not possible. What did I do here in this case? I had the environment variable inside Prisma client PostgreSQL, just like this, and Prisma config URL process.env. The same way I have it here. Prisma config directory database URL. I already have the URL here, or I think I have. Then schema is gonna be Prisma schema this. Data source URL gonna be this one, directory database URL. So let's one x Prisma migrate dev. Prisma config.ts when using Prisma migrate dev. I already have data source URL. One more time. I'll have to do it again. I mean, yeah, taking the help of AI is great, but I'll have to just re-go through the process one more time. Why am I getting this error? That's crazy. As undefined. Ultimately, this is the error is mainly because of the value is undefined. Is that so? So is coming as undefined, but that is why this is you wrote this Prisma CLI not getting your variable. So this does not work. Step by step fix. Make sure it exists in the root folder, same as the level package. So first of all, I do have it in the root folder. And but Prisma expects data source URL, database URL. So by default, Prisma uses database URL. So not direct database URL. So fix name it the database URL and update config to this. Debug quickly. Will it work? Let's see. So what I'm supposed to be doing here, like I named it database URL here, and that should not use. I mean, hopefully it should work, but it is not working. So let's even change this. So instead of naming this, it is gonna be data base URL and environment variable. No, it should be like this. I just need to remove it from here. It was direct literally. That database URL. Oh, it should be working. But next, yeah, it is working. So the problem was not there. The problem was with the writing the word the wrong way. So it's gonna be pushed there. One more thing I can do, and that is playing the music in the background usually. So I will be fixing it from next time onwards, that the music is actually being played in the background. Right now what is happening, that most of the time yeah, it's not being played. So I will be just simply fixing this issue very soon. Like at least some kind of music should be played in the background. Why not? As for this one, pushing it to the thing is that today what I have to do, I have to just simply check whether it works and all, and tomorrow onwards I will actually start working on the things. The name is gonna be in it. And how about just simply checking, like getting it done should be enough. Get it done in one go, and next time onwards try to build some applications on top of this, would be better. Okay, so this much is done. Let's even create the whole application quickly and deploy it, and then the job is done. Okay, that would be great. So this thing is done. It is already done, and then what next? Close everything. I have this to do here, and let me ask one more question. Should I create create Prisma client separately or directly inside the route? So good question. This is actually important decision. Short answer: create Prisma client, especially like your db.ts, not inside routes. Why separate Prisma client? If you create it inside the route, bad. That's okay. So, but important for your setup. You are using Prisma client as a Cloudflare workers likely. This changes the things slightly. In edge environments, no long-lived connections. Prisma uses accelerator or data proxy. Best practice for edge: keep it separate, but it's okay if it is recreated because it is a lightweight. Recommended. So inside source db.ts, I will have Prisma client. Then inside routes, I have this, and db.ts is already good. Just fix one thing. Accelerate URL is gonna be process.env.database URL. In edge, accelerate URL or validated. Okay, that's fine. And apart from this particular thing, nothing else. Okay, that's interesting. So first of all, inside source, I will even clear the routes to just make the things a bit simplified. And this to do is gonna be inside that. I already have this db, and let's get rid of this. And once this is done, so what will I be doing? Const to do are gonna be equals to Prisma dot to do dot find unique, and I will be getting them. Ultimately I will be getting all of them. So find many, and that's it for now. This is how it should be going. I can give the condition, but there's no condition as such, so let's keep it like this only. And to-dos fetched successfully, and to-dos are now equals to to-dos. So this is how I'm gonna be going ahead. Pretty simple stuff, making a direct a request to the database, nothing else. So let's see whether it even works or not. So in this case, if I make a request to the get, so get request to to-dos. What is the issue? It's not even running. So bundle Would you like to report this either? What is the problem with this? Service core use my on-call reference. Process is not defined. Process is not defined. Okay. So ultimately this is the issue. db.ts, there is no process. Okay, let's give this error to ChatGPT only. When you are learning, it's better to take the help of AI, and that's why I'm doing it. Later, of course, I will stop. Now this is likely expected in Cloudflare workers. Reference process is not defined. Why this happens? Cloudflare workers runtime is not Node.js. So these things don't exist. Process.env Node.js. So your current mistake is isolate URL this. Correct way can be you must use env bindings like env.direct database URL. Proper fix. Step by step remove all process.env. Delete this and pass env from a request context. So in Hono Cloudflare, environment variables come from this. So create Prisma client using env. So I need to pass the environment variable here. Okay, create Prisma, and it will be returning the client and use it inside. Oh, as expected. You are literally using it inside this. So don't really have any other option. Just a minute, the cooler is making a lot of noise. Okay, so here we are. So what I was supposed to be doing, let's simply create a proper function here instead of, because I will not have the access of this process directly over here, so it's better to just simply create this. So what I'll be doing, what was the name of the function? I will be just redoing it. Of course I need to redo it. That would be create Prisma. So const create Prisma. How about creating a proper backend with proper? Okay, let's see, we'll think about that. But for now, it's gonna be just like this, and here I will be getting the environment variable, so it will be just simply returning this thing from here. And as for the env will be coming from this. Keep it any for now, and apart from this particular thing, I'm directly exporting it, get rid of it, and this should be just env.database URL. That's fine. So now in this case, I directly need to use it here. So const is gonna be equals to what was the name of this? Create Prisma. Just like this. So Prisma is gonna be created. I need to pass c.env here. So this is how it's gonna be fine. As for the environment variables, hopefully I will be able to get it directly. And let's see now. Send the request. I think that's not running. One dev. It seems to be fine. Coming back to this. Not found yet. To do localhost 787 API. It turns out I'm not really creating any. I am creating the route. The request is redirected here to to-dos, and inside this particular section I have this to-dos.get. This is the get request 8787 API v1 to-dos. Even earlier it was working. What's the reason that if I send a post request, not found? It's running on what? Ready on HTTP localhost 8787, sending a request to the 8787, but it is just simply not found. To slash API v1 to doge, to slash API v1 slash to doge, then the request will go here, then I should be getting the response. Let's see this in action. Okay, send it. Literally, it is not found. Okay, by the way, should we get here? Still not found. For what? Let's even not worry about this. I'm gonna be commenting this, including this thing. Why is this not even found right now? And if I send the request, literally none. It is honestly not found. The server is actually running on where? On this. Not found. Whew, one dev. Interesting route. Forget about this. Earlier it was working, just right now it is not working. So what I changed here? Direct data service URL ts config node. I have to enable this as well. Node.js compact. If I just go here now. Okay. So it is not found on localhost this. Reload it. What could be the problem here? Just getting the Hono. This, let's even keep it simple. Slash API bundle slash API. Oh, testing finally. This is just the database. Okay, fine, got it. Slash API slash v1. If I get rid of this, if I try to enable everything now, that's already running. No, that's not. Send the request from here to slash API slash v1 slash to do internal server error. Prisma client constructor using engine type client requires either adapter or accelerate URL to be provided. Prisma client constructor. Prisma client constructor validation here. Create this. I already have this environment and database URL. But if this is so, then let me copy this whole thing from here and simply paste it here with accelerate imported Prisma client, imported from, I'm entering it from edge, yeah, edge. This thing is done, and let me get rid of this now, and c.env.database URL unknown type, that's fine. Okay, I'll create the bindings later. First of all, let's try to see the result. Interesting. Create the bindings, copy it, paste it here. My key, what is the key name? Database URL. That's gonna be string. I'm gonna be using bindings here. Bindings has no properties common with the env. Database URL, environment variables types. Env, here we are. Bindings is gonna be equals to 1, got it. Bindings is gonna be equals to bindings. This is fine. Send the request again. Same. Okay, accelerate URL. Come on, yaar. This is the problem. Now I need to use the another URL. This one. Send the request again now. Huh? Still not working, literally. Finally. Oh shit. It took a lot of time to configure this to do fetches successfully. Oh, three. Okay, so what we are gonna be doing now? It's already around 10 o'clock or something. So tomorrow I will continue from here. I will do everything again from the beginning. So this much we have made it work. Ultimately, we are able to talk to the database, and we had to do quite a lot. But it's good. We actually ended up learning quite a lot about this one as well. The next day we actually have to focus on a lot of things. Focusing on a lot of things in the sense coming back to this one. So first of all, we are gonna be going through this thing, then ECS, and then Kubernetes. And unless I'm done with all these things, I will not be able to watch the next video. So let's get it done really quick as soon as possible. Probably after first of all, we will be working on the to-do project, not to-do project, but clone that we have. So Google Meet clone. So around 4 hours are gonna be given to that, and in the remaining time, will be given to this one. So this is how we are gonna be going ahead, and this is the plan for tomorrow. Okay, but let's see how it's gonna be going on. As for these things, we are gonna be going through it tomorrow, and let me deploy it right now. Oh, okay, this is the another one. I've already closed this, so let's not worry about that. But yeah, I will be rewriting the code from scratch, so that's not really a big problem. But all these things are gonna be done tomorrow. As for right now, I'm just simply gonna be saying goodbye right now. Good night, take care, and see you.